matchup between the visiting Fanshawe Falcons and your Humber Hawks. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Orange Shirt Night, which also happens to be Senior Night. So today we recognize National Truth and Reconciliation Day. Right now, I would like to welcome Angelina Bomberi to the home plate for today's land acknowledgement. Please welcome Angelina Bomberi. Let's go.
Hi everyone, my name is Angelina. Thanks to acknowledge the land we are respecting those we share this land with. Humber is located within the traditional and treaty land of the Mississauga River Credit, known as the Dobie, the place of the alders, in the Mississauga Big Witch. The region is uniquely situated along the Humber River watershed, which historically provided an integral connection for Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Wendat peoples between the Ontario Lakeshore and the Lake Simcoe Georgian Bay regions. Now home to people of numerous nations, Etobicoke continues to provide a vital source of interconnection for all. Land acknowledgement should be grounded in authentic reflection, presence, and awareness of the territories, peoples, and histories being made. We should build relationships centered in action so that we can ask ourselves, how can I move from acknowledgement into a relationship? What can I do to ensure that my work represents a commitment to Indigenous voices, stories, and perspectives, now and in the future? Finally, what can I take to honor this place? As you travel around Turtle Island, whether for sport, recreation, vacation, or to your home, I encourage you to immerse yourselves in the territories, communities, and the different land acknowledgements. Nyawa, thank you. And now we are welcoming Roberta Hill, a residential school survivor of the Mohawk Institute, to give some words, and also, never mind.
What I'd like to say this evening is that we, as a survivor of the Mohawk Institute, I am here with 3 of the other survivors of the Mohawk Institute. The ones that are here tonight represent 3 decades that were at different time periods, but we know very well what happened at the Mohawk Institute, and it is Canada's, I would have to say it's a really dark legacy of Canada, what happened in these schools. But today, I see hope. I see hope for change. I see hope that we can all walk together. We can learn about this together, and that I look at my grandchildren, my children, my grandchildren, and hope for a better future. And I think we can do this when we all gather like this in peace and friendship. And just remember that when you see these elders from any residential school, they went through some horrific times, and yet here they are today, still standing proud, and proud of who they are as holy people. They should be proud, not have been disgraced and mistreated. So this is really an honorable night for all of us. Yeah.
Thank you all for joining for that one. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the starting lineups for both the teams. Firstly, thank you for joining for that one, everybody. Thank you. All right, please welcome the starting lineups for the visiting Fanshawe Falcons. Leading off is the catcher, number 5, Caitlin Cook. Batting second, the second baseman, number 12, Ashton Witt. Batting third, the shortstop, number 7, Marandi Hunter. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 3, Kyle Dalrymple. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 21, Emily Patrick. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 6, Sydney Reedy. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 24, Leah Yancey. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 2, Cameron Lamont. Batting ninth, the first baseman, number 19, Alyssa for Humber. And the flex player is the third baseman, number 4, Ashley Vidal. The head coach for the Fanshawe Falcon is Catherine Arthur. All right, everybody, let's give it up for the starting lineups of your Humber Hawks, managed by the head coach, Dwayne Bowles. And accompanying your Hawks are going to be the players from Top Hat Bar. Please welcome the players, the kids of the Top Hat Bar. Let's give it a round of applause to them. All right, leading off is the designated player from Mississauga, Ontario, number 1, Allison McLaughlin. Batting second is the shortstop from Rexdale, Ontario, number 7, Reese Bellotti. Batting third is the right fielder from Cambridge, Ontario, number 15, Riley. Batting fourth, the first baser from Toronto, Ontario, number 16, River Johnston. Batting fifth, the third baser from Kelowna, British Columbia, number 2, Amelia Russo. Batting sixth, the second baser from Barrie, Ontario, number 11, Molly Grenier. Batting seventh, the left fielder from Regina, Saskatchewan, number 12, Malia Farrow. Batting eighth, the catcher from Brantford, Ontario, number 13, Jessica LaRon. And batting ninth is the center fielder from Waterloo, Ontario, number 3, Shay Hilbert. And the flex player and the starting pitcher is from Etobicoke, Ontario, number 19, Shane Henson! At this time, we ask you to please stand up if you're able and remove your hats for a moment of silence. All right, thank you so much. All right, everybody, we have a special ceremonial first pitch. So throwing out today's ceremonial first pitch is Top Hat Park's Jason Hunter, Humber College's Jason Searide, and we also have one of our survivors with a huge round of applause. Please welcome John Elliott.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Connorvale Park for this doubleheader between the hometown Humber Hawks and the visiting Fanshawe Falcons. Zach Benoit alongside Will Shukri. And Will, it's orange shirt day here for game number 1 and seniors night for game number 2.
Well, Zach, it'll be the last day at Connorvale Park for this women's softball team in the regular season. They were scheduled to face Seneca here on October 1st, but unfortunately, it appears as though the Sting are going to have to forfeit their season, so this will be women's softball's final games of the regular season here at home.
And yeah, we heard about that pre-game here. Seneca Sting 0-14 on the year, but also dealing with some injuries. That was what we were informed of, so the Hawks will not be hosting Seneca here. So everything kind of bumps up one more day, and that's why we have Orange Shirt Day as well as Seniors Night. But nonetheless, on the mound for the Hawks, it's Shade Hansen, and well, partner, she has been nothing short of excellent again in year number 2. Maybe the ERA is a little bit higher than it was in her rookie campaign, but she's just as dominant as she was last year.
Yeah, Zach, you're right. That ERA has climbed just slightly this year, but the strikeout totals are still among the best in the league. 11.5 strikeouts per 9 innings. Those are incredible numbers.
And she's going against a Fanshawe Falcons team that, you know what, they've kind of turned their seasons around a little bit. You look at what they've been able to do in their last 10 games. They're 5-5, and they're 6-8 on the year. This is stung into right field down on a hop, and it's a leadoff base hit here for the Falcons. That was actually Kaylin Cook, who is leading the way for her team with a .447 batting average.
And that's a big start for Fanshawe there, getting a runner on board right away.
Cook, 7 stolen bases, so definitely a threat to steal, but it's going to be hard when you have a pitcher like Shade Hansen pumping into the zone like she has been doing all year long. Starts off the second batter here with a strike. That's Ashlyn Witt. Witt squares around but fouls it off. Hansen ahead here, 0-2, just missing low. Looked like the screwball. And here's the 1-2, chases the riser, strike 3.
And the Hawks are going to be hoping that that is one of many this afternoon.
Randy Hunter stepping up here, and Hansen wastes no time, already out ahead here, 0-1. Again, we do it every single time that Hansen pitches, but the accolades she has, they are numerous and large as she pumps in strike 2. But OCAA Female Rookie of the Year, OCAA Pitcher of the Year, and OCAA Rookie of the Year for softball.
It's not a bad way to start off your career.
Yeah, not a bad resume whatsoever. Gets Hunter swinging. And they get it. It's a strike him out, throw him out. Great throw from Jessica Laron from behind the dish. Hansen sets down the side. 2 strikeouts and a nice throw out.
You know, Zach, 3 up, 3 down to start the game for the Hawks here, and it's a really nice recovery after allowing a batter on board there. Really nice defensive play at second.
And again, that's Reese Veloci there at shortstop. We'll take another look at it right here, Will, but yeah, you mentioned it. Great play at second base, and it was Veloci. Picks that out of the dirt. Right at the back catcher, Laurent. She got that ball quick and just fired a strike down, and it was a fantastic job done by her. Let's take a look at it here. It was a great pitch in the other half. Laurent just fires a strike down, and that was a great play. Great pick there, too, by Veloci. So over the side of the Hawks, it'll be McLaughlin, Veloci, DeVries due up here, 1, 2, and 3.
Allison McLaughlin, second-year student here. She's batting .429 so far this year. She's picked up 6 hits in 14 at-bats. Not a bad start to the season for her.
Not a bad start whatsoever. And on the mound, they'll face Kyle DeRumpel, the first-year player.
As this is announced to me, there's a Volkswagen car, a white Volkswagen, number plate number DAEE931. A Volkswagen, white color, number plate number DAEE931. It's a request to please remove that car from the area. It's blocking the parking lot exit, so it's just a request. Volkswagen number DAEE931. Thank you.
Dalrymple, first-year player. Like I mentioned, she'll be facing Allison McLaughlin. Allison McLaughlin, great walk-up song. We've talked about walk-up songs all year on the broadcast. Partner, I don't think me and you have gotten a chance to discuss them, but Unwritten, it has to be up there for top 5.
Oh, it's got to be so
Maybe
up
even
there.
top 3.
I mean, you just can't help but dance.
Exactly.
You really can't help.
Like it says in the song, the rest, well, it's still unwritten. McLaughlin ahead of the count here, 1-0.
Looking to write her own story at the bottom of the first.
Bunts it, but it goes foul. And again, this is a Fanshawe Falcons team that finished 4th last year in the OCAA. They were just under the Humber Hawks. They finished 11-13 last year. And again, they're off to another good start so far this year, 6-8. So trying to continue their hot ways and be atop the OCAA. That's outside. McLaughlin patient. Head of the count here with 2-1.
Yeah, Zach, Fanshawe has actually dropped its last 2 games here after, you're right, a great start to the season. They're looking to kind of get the wheels under the bus again.
McLaughlin patient at the plate here. Now watching another one go by. She's ahead in the count, 3-1. And again, if you can hear, it is a big crowd here at Connervale Park. Everybody knowing that it's the final regular season home games here for this Humber Hawks squad. McLaughlin chases that first. Strike 3.
Now batting for the Hawks, the shortstop, number 7,
Reese Veloci, she'll come up to bat here. And yeah, we were looking back on the replay after that first inning, and it looked like Veloci caught a shoe or a foot to the face. But she appears to be all right. This popped way out of play behind us.
You're absolutely right, Zach. It looked like the trailing heel from the Fanshawe runner might have caught her up high. And we see her double over second base after the play, but she appears to be all right.
And we love to call that one the good old scorpion slide, because when you head first slide, your feet come over your head like a tail. This is hit into left field, but going to be a line out right to the left fielder, Sydney Reedy. So 2 up, 2 down to start things off here for the Hawks.
the right fielder, number 15, Riley DeVries.
Riley DeVries steps up, and one of the bigger power bats here on this Humber Hawks squad. She is tied for the lead on the team with home runs with 1. Excuse me, actually River Johnson has 2. My apologies, River. She stands on deck.
You weren't wrong though, Zach. DeVries leads the Hawks in 3 other categories though. Leads the Hawks in hits, doubles, and triples.
Yeah, she's been a big bat in the lineup ever since last year. And she's patient at the plate here. Head in the count, 3-0. Question is, does she get the green light? With a hitter of her capability, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but we'll see what happens here. Dalrymple with the pitch. DeVries is watching all the way, and probably the smarter choice of the 2. Dalrymple behind in the count here, 3-1. DeVries trying to get on base and get another red-hot hitter in Johnston up. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit through the hole on the left side for a 2-out single.
Now batting for the Hawks, the first baser, number 16,
bring up the first baseman, River Johnston. Again, a player that has tons of power. DeVries is taking off for a second. The head first slide, she's in there. And it looks like when she slid into the bag, her hand got jammed up, and that's not a good sign for the Hawks. That did not look good, sliding into second like that.
Yeah, Zach, there was a lot of contact on the head, maybe the neck area as well, as she collided with Randy Hunter, the second baseman.
Yeah, again, went for the head first slide into second, and kind of looked like when she went down, her hand slid onto the bag and got her arm jammed back. That's what it looked like off initially. But obviously, you don't want to see any injuries. And this is a scary one here for the Hawks, because again, we were just talking about how impactful DeVries has been for them. You mentioned leads in hits, leads in doubles, leads in triples. She's one of the bats. It's hard to replace in a lineup.
This is absolutely someone you would call a catalyst to this Humber Hawks offense. A huge part of this offense's identity, currently down at second base. And I think you're absolutely right there. Seems to be checking out the left shoulder.
Yeah, just kind of, when she slid into second, it looked like the shoulder jammed back a little bit. But again, on the season so far, and having another pretty solid season after her third year. Look at the splits from last year. She batted .492 last year. And this year, continuing the hot ways, .405. The RBI totals are a little bit down, but the extra base hits and the hits, they're still there.
Well, and you look towards that slugging percentage as well. Almost 100 points higher than any other Humber Hawk this season. She's slugging .714 right now.
That's a pretty good number.
It's not bad. I don't think any hitter would be complaining.
A typical slugging, I'm always going to use baseball as the reference, but a typical slugging you'll see is probably 400, maybe 500. Yeah, DeVries is at 714.
That's a number that just jumps off the page when we're looking at these stats.
And she gets checked out and looks like she'll be all right. But yeah, that jam of the shoulder, it's not fun.
Probably feeling a good amount of stiffness up there, standing on second.
So DeVries up on her feet and looks like she'll stay in the game. So it's a good sign there for the Hawks. And as I mentioned, River Johnston comes up to bat. It's a 1-0 count here to Johnston, who in her first year as a Humber Hawk, she's been producing. It was a little bit of a slow start to the season. She was sitting around a 158 batting average, got it up to 300. It's dropped a little bit now to 263, but the power in the bat, it's still there. And next pitch in there by Del Rempel is strike one.
And you spoke earlier, the power absolutely there for River Johnston. She does lead the Hawks in home runs. The only Humber Hawk with multiple this season.
And she turned to the ump quickly and said, that got my front arm, but no, umpire says 2-1 count. It was a high inside, looked like a riser. Nonetheless, head in the count here, looking to try to drive into DeVries. That's in there, strike two. Looked like it broke down and away. 2-2 count here to Johnston. Del Rempel, here's the pitch. Ground ball hit right up the middle, and the reflexes by the pitcher, Kyle Del Rempel. That's a big out number 3 right there. That would have definitely scored a run. But after one, we're all tied up. Falcons at nothing, Hawks nothing.
You know, Zach, you know better than most how much damage the Hawks can do with 2 outs and a batter on. I think Fanshawe knew that they needed to get out of the inning then, and they did just that.
We're getting some car announcements here at Connervale Park. And partner, me and you are biting our tongues because they've said your model car, now they're saying mine. Well, the color's different, so thank the Lord we don't have to get up.
Thank goodness. Unfortunately, the cords to these headsets are not long enough to get into the parking lot.
We don't have wireless headsets, so I can't call the game while reparking my car, unfortunately, to everybody sitting at home. But yeah, we're wiping our brows here saying, thank the Lord it's not our car.
And I think the added layer to that is we're here pretty often, Zach. If we don't know how to park at Connorvale, I'm not sure what we've been doing for the last couple of years.
I don't know why I freaked out, because I'm like, I'm in a parking spot. I know that. I got here before the lot got filled up, but nonetheless, we're back here, inning number 2, and Hanson is dancing. Shade is feeling herself right now on the mound. Talk about walk-up songs. Her warm-up song is with the real Slim Shady, and I mean it works perfectly. Shade Hanson, Slim Shady, why not, right? Good old wordplay. I'll bring up the pitcher, Kyle Del Rempel. Great play to end the bottom half of the first, and I always joke about it. Pitchers are athletes too. Well, Del Rempel just kind of proved that right there. Quick reactions off the mound.
It was a really nice play at the mound there to get that ball to first, close out the inning.
It's in the dirt for a ball, and yeah, it's been so far a pretty good start to this one. These two teams kind of going back and forth. Nice and high.
Kyle Den Rempel, it should be mentioned, she's a fantastic two-way player. She's 2-3 on the season as a starting pitcher so far. Not too bad. An ERA sitting just around 260. But she's actually 3rd in hits on Fanshawe. Batting .350 as a two-way player.
Yeah, that's not a bad number to have. As Hanson throws this one and it's fouled off. You mentioned, if you can have a player that's able to give you both sides of the ball, whether that be pitching and defense or whether that be the bat, that's always a helpful tool. And Del Rempel, she's doing just that. Hanson trying to get a big out number 1. Here's the pitch. In there, called strike 3. Emily Patrick stepping up to bat, just shy of a 300 average, 292 on the season. Another one of these players that's appeared in every single game for the Falcons. Hanson has her chasing. That was the curve, dropping glove side for strike 1. Cheering section out in all forces tonight. Good pitch right there inside, strike 2.
Yeah, Zach, the fans certainly came out for the final home games of the season here. There's really not an empty seat.
Just missing low. Looked like it broke a little bit off the plate too much. Again, that was the changeup, or excuse me, the curve. So here we do it again. 1-2 count. Hanson gets the pitch from LaRonde and into her delivery. Skied into right center field. Hilpert drops steps, makes the catch, and that is out number 2.
Really nice poise from Shea Hilpert on that play right there. Just over the shoulder, makes the grab in motion.
Brings up number 6, Sydney Reedy. 214 on the season. First pitch in there for strike 1. Partner, we always see players, they have different designs when it comes to the eye black. In Humber, well, they're known for it. You can see on the infield already. Almost every player rocking a different kind of eye black style. That's in there. Strike 2. But we were talking before the game, and Sydney Reedy, she has the crosses under her eyes. And she fouls us off right towards our photographer, Diego. Heads up.
Crosses in red, no less. I understand that it's team colors.
Team colors, yeah.
But looks aggressive.
That's very aggressive.
I'm a fan, though, personally.
Why wouldn't you be? Why would you not be? Reedy behind in the count here, 0-2. Here's the pitch from Hanson. It's a little bit of a check swing, and it's fouled off again, so she's staying alive. And again, you might ask yourself, why are they wearing eye black? Isn't it going to be late at night here? It's just for style points. That's all that matters right now. You look good, you play good. That's the mode of everything here. This is grounded. Russo makes the play at the hot corner, and that retires the side. But yeah, you know, you look good, you play good, you feel good. That's how it is, and that's the motto.
Well, you want to get an intimidation factor in there as well.
Exactly. You look good, you feel good, you play good. You're intimidated.
Anything you can do to get into the opponent's head, you got to take those inches.
Of course, it's a mind game. That's what you got to remember. It's always a mind game out here.
So 2 quick defensive innings from the Hawks there. And Zach, obviously these teams are pretty far apart in the standings right now. Humber is pretty solidly second in the OCAA right now. Is this kind of what you expected to see so far?
For the most part, I mean, you know, we're kind of seeing what we're so used to seeing, and coming into the season with the shape-ups and the different changes in rosters, it's kind of what we expected to see. I think the big surprise, you know, St. Clair, 9-5. They did lose some big key pieces, but they're still going to be a good team. The team that surprised me the most, Conestoga, 9-5 as well. They are playing tremendous softball this year. Complete change from last year. Mohawk, they've had a little bit of a struggle after being a top 5 team last year. So it was a check swing that hit the hand of Russo. So if you're a little confused what happened there, Russo, she swung, it hit her hand, went into play, so that's considered a dead ball. And it's given strike 1 to the batter. And she cut there at a pitch high for strike 2. And so what the coach on Fanshawe was trying to argue, saying, well, it hit the bat and it was in play. And that should have been a live ball, but no, they were just saying it hit off her hand into play, it's a dead ball. And this is where we're at, 0-2. Russo skies it to shortstop. And that's caught for out number 1.
And unfortunately, you mentioned earlier, not a whole lot of sun that can get in the eyes out here. So those infield fly balls probably going to be outs today.
Well, partner, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing, it's going to be all right, because Marley Greer is stepping up to the plate. And no, it's not Bob Marley, even though that's the song she is. It's Marley Greer. She watches the first pitch go by for ball. Another one of the players that in her rookie campaign, she's making an impact. Leads the team with a .438 batting average. Plays everyday second base. Got the team's first home run of the year. Four extra base hits on the year for Greer. So again, when you have a player come in making this big of an impact right off the bat, that's massive for your team.
Humber does love their good rookies. Let me tell you, when
this is popped up just behind short, and the play will be made once again. So 2 quick outs here for the Falcons.
Now coming to bat for the Hawks, the left fielder, number 12, Maria Farrow.
Number Amelia Farrow, left fielder today. Again, another player who's first-year Hawk, but again, making a big impact already for the Hawks. Again, almost an everyday player. 12 games on the season out of the 13 that have been played.
Yeah, she's got 3 extra base hits. She's batting .317 so far. Just great numbers for your first time in the OCAA.
Yeah, and we saw her in the start of the season. She was in the leadoff spot a little bit and went to a little bit of a cold spell. The average dropped under 300, but you know, she has it right back up at 317. Very patient at the plate to see so far. She's ahead in the count, or excuse me, count here is 1-2. Farrow trying to extend this inning. Dalrymple, that's skied up once more. Second base calling everybody off, and that will retire the side. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Humber. And partner, we're in a little bit of a pitcher's duel here.
And it's 3 up, 3 down, quite literally. It is 3 fly balls into the infield, all handled by Fanshawe.
Yeah, and the last time these two teams matched up was all the way back on September 8th. That was a 3-2 victory by Humber. So, again, Fanshawe, they played them tough. The battle of the birds, as you might want to put it. But that game, it was Amelia Russo who had a big day, 2 RBIs off of a hit, and then Marley Greer as well. She had an RBI. But part of this is a game where we're kind of seeing what we saw already earlier on this season. So interesting development here. Amelia Russo, who took that ball off the hand, she is out of the ball game, partner. So River Johnston will be moving over to third base. And Melissa Honfeld will be taking over duties at first. So you know, we saw the scary almost injury of DeVries in the first inning, and well, now it's another big player. Amelia Russo, one of the everyday players here for the Humber Hawks. She's going to be out the rest of this one. Maybe we'll see her in the second one. We'll have to find out between games. One of us will have to go over there, talk to head coach Dwayne Bowles. But nonetheless, for this part, it's going to be Melissa Honfeld coming in.
We'll do some investigation for you folks back home. Figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll get the insider information. First pitch here from Hanson is missing for ball 1.
Yeah, Zach Russo has absolutely been a huge piece of this Hawks offense so far this year. She leads the team in runs batted in with 12, and she's got a batting average .438.
Yeah, and you look at it also, 5 extra base hits.
It's a batting average of .356 for the record. I apologize.
Yeah, it's okay. Listen, partner, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days, as a very famous person once said. If you can name it, that person, I'll give you $5. That's fouled off to the backstop. Hanson working here, counts even up 2-2. This is Leah Yancey coming up, designated player today, or I should say in this first game. Yancey batting .353 on the season. In there, strike 3 looking. Cameron Lamond will step up here. Right fielder today. She watches strike 1 go by. Jade Hanson in a groove right now. She's getting that ball back, and she's getting on the mound almost instantaneously. 0-2. Just missing.
Hanson already with 4 strikeouts on the day here, looking for her 5th.
Here's the 1-2. Popped up and out of play. Foul. This is our 8th batter faced, and like you said, 4 strikeouts already down. So she's trying to hit 5 Ks in 8 batters. 1-2 again. High and away, 2-2.
And if you're a hitter, those are terrifying numbers. Striking out more than half of your lineup on the first way around.
Skied up. Veloci calls everybody off, and she'll make the grab. And again, you know what Hanson has been able to do early on in her career, but it's the strikeout totals. She's almost at 200. Excuse me, she actually is at 200.
You're absolutely correct.
Didn't even realize that marker hit. So congratulations to Shade Hansen. She's hit 200 career strikeouts. And it's in there, 0-2.
Looking for number 201 now.
And it's in there, strike 3. So strikeout 201 is a 3-pitch strikeout. But Shade Hansen, add to the accolades. She has done so much in just her first year. She broke the record for strikeouts in a season. She broke the Humber record for strikeouts in a career. And now, partner, she has crossed over that 200 strikeout threshold. So we'll look at strikeout number 200 for Shade Hansen. Gets her looking on the inside half with a beautiful, beautiful screw. And then strikeout 201 was the last one we just saw to end off the inning. But again, Shade Hansen, a phenomenal player, has already added so many accolades to her career, partner. She's struck out 16 in a game back in Seneca. That was her OCAA debut, 3 shy of the conference record. She set program records in wins, ERA, whip, strikeouts, complete games, and complete game shutouts. So now add 200 strikeouts on top of all of that.
And in case you haven't figured it out back at home, folks, we are watching the greatest Humber softball pitcher of all time. And she's going to continue to try and tear apart Fanshawe, batter by batter.
I'll bring up Jessica Laurent, who's the starting backstop today for the Hawks. She's ahead in the count here at 1-0. Pops this up. And calling everybody off at second base there and making the catch for out number 1.
Coming to bat for the Hawks, the center fielder number 3, Shay Hilbert.
Shay Hilbert slices this one over the head of the shortstop for a 1-out single. And was going to say, Hilbert, one of the players that she has great contact ability with the bat, and usually she was the leadoff batter, now the number 9 hitter, but it's a fantastic kind of 1-2 punch because you have Hilbert in the 9 spot who can flip the lineup to the hot hitters at the top and have some great speed on the bases.
I think the Hawks saw a little bit of inconsistency out of Hilbert this season, so they moved her down a little bit, but you're absolutely right. When you have a streaky hitter like that who can really make things happen down in the 9 hole, it can set you up to turn the lineup over and do some real damage.
Well, she just took her team-leading 8th stolen base of the season right there, and that's exactly why she's in the 9 hole. Head coach Dwayne Bowles, or the OTSC, original tribal softball coach, constructed a great lineup. This is a great bunt down the line by McLaughlin. Advances Hilbert up to 3rd. That is exactly what you want to see off the leadoff hitter. A great bunt, and now these power hitters behind McLaughlin have a chance to cash in an RBI.
And with the lead just 90 feet away here comes Reese Veloci.
Yeah, Veloci again, fantastic rookie year last year, and an even better year to follow up. She has been everything the Hawks have wanted. Not only the defense has been elite, but the bat, it's just getting better and better. Hit her first career home run this year. 2nd on the team in RBIs, only sitting beside Amelia Russo, her partner on the left side of the infield.
Looking to tie Russo with a potential RBI here.
Well, she has the opportunity now that Russo is out of the game, so we will see what happens. Veloci ahead of the count here, 2-0. Make that 3-0. Veloci also a player that's not afraid to take a walk. We see Hilbert, she has 12 walks, which leads the team, but Veloci's at 8. 3-0. Dalrymple, here's the pitch. Low and inside, ball 4.
And it's a really nice take there to put runners on the corners.
For the Hawks, the right fielder, number 15, Riley DeVries.
And with 2 outs, here comes Riley DeVries.
Great song also.
Now we talk about walk-up
Big
songs.
X the Plug. That is a great, great walk-up song. One of my favorite songs, I will say. DeVries up for her second at-bat. Singled in her first one. This time, she's going to do the exact same thing she did in her first one. A single through the hole on the left side, and it's another RBI for Riley DeVries.
First round, the Humber Hawks. Now batting for the Hawks, the third baser, number 16, River Johnston.
River Johnston back up for her second at-bat of the day. Grounded it out to the pitcher, which was a really good play. This is sliced to second, but it's off the glove of Witt. Veloci's getting the wave on home. The throw home not going to be in time. DeVries takes third, and she wants to take home as well. She's in there standing up. Great base running from Riley DeVries, but River Johnston laced that ball to second base, and that's an RBI single for Johnston.
Well, we talked earlier about just how much damage the Hawks could do with 2 outs. Let's see if they can add to these 3 runs.
Now I'll bring up Melissa Hanfeld, who's appeared in 6 games, batting .154. This is skied, and the pitcher, Dalrymple, she'll call everybody off and take it herself. But the Hawks strike finally. They get 3 on the board. And I think the biggest hit was River Johnston's lace of a hit, where she smoked it right to the second baseman, Ashton Witt.
Yeah, and Witt just couldn't catch up to that ball. She tried making the jumping play, but just a little short on time.
That ball off the bat of Johnston, I would say 96 off the bat. No, that is not a real number. That was the school of Zach Benoit guessing. But no, that was a hard hit single. And I mean, I'll be honest, I don't even think I could have made that play at second. That was a hard hit. Ashlyn Witt tried her might to grab it, but Johnston got every stitch of that softball.
Yeah, I sure wasn't making that play, Zach, I'll be honest.
Yeah, my career ended, partner, and now I'm a bowler. we bowl now. That's the career. You don't have to throw a baseball, but we do have to throw a bowling ball.
You know, I transitioned to golf. I feel like that career is ending soon as well, though. I got to find something else.
Yeah, I tried transitioning to golf, and then I lost 14 golf balls on the first day, and I said, this might not be the sport for me.
That's pretty much how it worked. Yeah, you nailed it.
Exactly.
Yep. Being encouraged to try pickleball, but I don't think if I'm going to succumb to the temptation here.
You know what? Pickleball, it's getting big, partner. You might have to.
It's getting big. It's getting big. It's getting harder and harder to say no, let me tell you.
Back to the top of the order. This is hit to second. Greer, fantastic sliding play. And we talked about the defense already by Marley Greer, but once again, first-year player making that big of an impact. That is sensational.
And she made that look effortless. I can assure all of you at home that it was not. That's a tough play to make.
Yeah, it is not that easy.
And she made it look easy.
Skied up and had to play foul. So again, if you're just tuning in, the Hawks, they are up 3-0 after a big 3-run third inning, and that's another swing and a miss by Hansen. And well, if you're just tuning in, you want to hear more news about Shade Hansen. Well, she's crossed career strikeout number 200. That was last inning. She's sitting at 201. Make that 202.
The sixth strikeout for Shade Hansen. Boom.
She's been in the league for 2 years and has 202 strikeouts. That is absolutely unheard of. Low inside, just missing. That was a good pitch, and the frame looked like it was there, but no, umpire says otherwise. Popped up, out of play, foul. Nice catch on the bleachers. That's why you gotta pay attention when you're watching.
That's a great grab right there. Bare hand, right-handed.
Let him keep the softball at least. That was a great play.
Unfortunately, in the OCAA, there are no souvenirs for fans. We need those balls back.
Yeah, we do. That's a great pitch right there. Again, Hansen is working right now. To the backstop, missing. You can see Hansen saying, my bad, I released that one a little bit too late. Low inside, missing, so count runs here, 2-2. Excuse me, 3-2. Yeah, partner, me and you were trying to find, career stats, and OCAA, they only really track the offensive stats, not really big on the pitching side, but I'm sure Hansen's going to start climbing up some ladders there, as time's called. Because you look at the yearly top batting average, well, it's been dominated the last 2 years by Amy Clayton. And I will say, Amy Clayton, one of 2 players I've seen clear this metal monster. This is popped up and foul. So Clayton cleared that metal fence last year, and I want to say 3 years ago it was a Humber Hawk, Haley Pasma, that also cleared that fence, and 2 absurd hits.
Yeah, Amy Clayton batted .600 2 seasons ago. That is incredible. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah, I've seen some incredible feats, but yeah, those 2 hits over that fence. And for everybody at home that's wondering, that fence is 235 feet away, and it is very, very tall.
Yeah, probably about 30 to 35 feet tall there. Unfortunately, I can't do that math to give you the distance including height.
Yeah, no, I don't.
It's not going to happen.
Length times height divided by fence. I don't know. I couldn't do the math even if you asked me to. But yes, I mean, Shade Hansen, she has been sensational for the Hawks. I think the only record she hasn't broke is the most strikeouts in a season. In there for another strike. 2-1. Most strikeouts in a season, it's by Morgan Lowry. That was done by a Fanshawe Falcon back in 2022, 139. And I mean, she was pretty close to breaking it last year. She also got close to breaking the strikeouts in a game. That was also done by Lowry, 19. Hansen had 16 in her first one.
What a debut.
Popped up, and that's fouled off again. So even up here at 2-2. Two and 2 count, 2 outs, top of the 4th. Here's the delivery from Hansen. Big cut, strike 3.
Here comes the number 7. 7 strikeout for Shade Hansen.
7 strikeouts on the day, over 200 for her career. Have yourself an OCAA career, Shade Hansen.
And let's take one more look at these Shade Hansen strikeouts here. Maybe a little off the plate there.
That movement's not fair. That is just tons of movement. As a hitter, you don't know whether to sit on it or swing, but that one right there, you can see she is dominating. She is in her zone right now, and
a really nice rise on that pitch.
coming to bat for the Hawks, number 11, Molly Greer.
Marley Greer up for her second plate appearance of the day. Popped out to shortstop her last time up. But also made a really good defensive play. Just a couple innings ago. This is sliced into center, and the running catch is made for out number 1.
How batting is the left fielder, number 12, Malia Farrow.
That brings up Malia Farrow, the starting left fielder today. She's first pitch swinging and got off the end of the bat, but was way out ahead of it. That's a long, long strike 1. So behind the count, 0-1. Del Rempel, the pitch, high and away, 1-1. One count. Del Rempel with the pitch, and that's in there for strike 2. Good movement. Looked like another rise ball.
Yeah, it did.
Off the hand of Del Rempel. Low and away. Evened up 2-2. Staying patient here is Farrow. Hit to center field. She got a lot of it. It's back, it's deep, and it's gone. First career home run for Amelia Farrow, and it was a deep one to dead center field.
And she was all over that pitch, like you said, deep to center field.
Got every stitch of that softball. Career home run number 1 for 12. She got every piece, and congrats to Malia Farrow right there. Hawks extend their lead up to 4.
Catcher number 13, Jessica
LaRon first pitch swing in, and she fouls it off to the backstop.
LaRon is a player who really relies on her vision and her patience up there at the plate. The hitting stats aren't incredible this year, but she's second on the Hawks in walks.
Yeah, second on the Hawks in walks, the on base. She knows how to get on base. Behind the count, 0-2, watches that. And, you know, as a back catcher, LaRon, again, the starting backstop here today, as a back catcher, you get to learn the strike zone a lot better than some of these other players do. So that definitely helps her. Great call as well behind the plate. She's going down swinging, though, chases the off speed for strike 3.
It's time to start clubbing. Coming in is the center fielder number 3, Shay Hilpert.
Shay Hilpert now coming up to bat.
And you talk about walk-up songs, I think this might be the crowd favorite.
This might be that might be the crowd favorite. Everybody gets in on it, clapping the hands. It's a good beat. She watches ball 1 go by. She singled her last time up, and again, Hilpert, another one of those players that, well, she gets on base. A 463 on base, 12 walks. And again, leading the team with 8 stolen bases now. She slaps this down the left side. Heads up, cameraman. Or camera woman, apology. I had players stand up and block my view. I just kind of guessed. My apologies. Nonetheless, count going even 1-1 here to Hilpert. Swings through that for strike 2.
You mentioned Shay Hilpert, great at getting on base, but once she's there, she gets hungry. Already the one steal today. You mentioned that she leads the Hawks in stolen bases this season. She's got 8.
Blown away. Evened up, 2-2. Nice tie. So Hilbert battles back from a 1-2 count. It's full now. And threatening to get on base here to flip the order back up to Allison McLaughlin. Ooh, and that's called strike 3 at the knees. So Hilbert's retired, but the Hawks, they extend their lead, and it's off the bat of first-year player Amelia Farrow. Another look at it right here. Fantastic hit off the bat of Farrow, and you can see when afterwards, partner, when she got to home plate, I don't know if it's going to show in the replay here, but when she got to home plate, brought out the little Jazz Chisholm Euro step. Look at this. Wait for it. 1-2, and bam. You love that. You love to see sellies like that.
That's a good catch right there, partner. We call him Eagle Eye Benoit for a reason here.
I'm just having fun. I have fun under here, under the tent.
I want you to know, folks, that speed he got on that softball earlier, it was true.
Brought the radar gun.
Yeah.
A rewound time, Doctor Strange style. So around the OCAA, these are actually the only 2 games going on tonight. And this could, you know, bring Humber closer towards the Durham squad that's undefeated. But they've been playing some phenomenal softball to start the season.
Yeah, Durham is certainly a mountain that the Hawks are going to need to climb.
You look at the batting average leaders for the entire league. Well, Durham has the top 3. First pitch here by Hansen's a strike.
And I believe all 3 of those batters are batting significantly above 500, correct?
517, 543, and 556. Then you have a different Durham batter that's leading in RBIs, and then you have a different Durham pitcher that's leading in wins. But yeah, they are all over the board. A very sound team, and you know, a team that's going to give the Hawks very good competition this year.
They are the team to beat this season.
Yeah, nonetheless, though, we'll focus right back into this one. Hansen ahead in the count here, 0-2. Time called by Emily Patrick. She flew out to center field her last time up.
She's made a couple of nice plays at center field as well today.
Again, skied into right center field. Hilbert calling off DeVries. She'll make the catch. So for a second straight at bat, she flies out to center field.
Listen, players go where they're comfortable. You spend a lot of time in center field as a defensive player. So happens your hit balls end up there as well.
Yeah, why not? Sydney Reedy will step back up for her second plate appearance. She swings this towards Greer, and Marley Greer makes a quick play and a quick out number 2.
And once again, great hands there from Greer, taking care of that ground ball and making it look easy. Not as tough as her last play, but even routine can be tricky.
Leah Yancey coming up here. She grounds this to first, and it goes right off the arm of Honfeld. So it'll go down as an error. So we'll go back to the top of the order, and it's probably the most dangerous hitter on this Fanshawe team, Kaylin. I almost said Kaylin Clark, but it's Kaylin Cook. She is has been probably the hottest hitter for the Fanshawe Falcons. Allie Kemp, who hasn't appeared in every single game, she's batting 500 though. She only has 2 at-bats though. Everyday player, it has been Kaylin Cook. 21 hits, 4 extra base hits, and 10 RBIs. It's evened up here 1-1. And again, it's orange shirt day here at the park. You can see by the flags in the background. Your Child Matters flag. Had a beautiful Land acknowledgement by Angelina Bomberry. This is sky to shallow right field, drop stepping, and off the glove of Greer. The throw over to third is not going to be in time, so tough play for Marley Greer, but that will go down as an error.
Marley, I'd like to take responsibility for that play. Sometimes, as a broadcaster, you just jinx people. You've been doing this for a lot longer than I have, Zach. I'm sure you've jinxed a lot more people than I. But
yeah, we call that one the good old Castor kibosh. Shout out to our other broadcaster, Matt Hamill. The good old Castor kibosh. First pitch here is in there for a strike.
So 2 outs, runners at the corners here. This is the most dangerous Fanshawe has looked so far this game. The count 0-2 now, though, as Henson's looking to end this inning scoreless.
And how about that? She does just that. 3-pitch strikeout.
And that is pure dominance.
Harkin. Yeah, Shade Hansen, I mean, she is working right now. Phenomenal, phenomenal start. It's been electric so far.
Well, 7 strikeouts on the day here, just the 1 hit allowed. This is dominance.
Yeah, on the mound it's dominance. Humber, the hitters, they're starting to come alive here. Again, there were a couple scary moments early on in the game. Riley DeVries got a single to start off her day, slid into second, and it looked like she might have jammed up her shoulder a little bit, but she was ultimately okay. And then it was Amelia Russo who swung the bat. The ball was inside. It hit off her hand, and she was later taken out of the game. We haven't received an update yet. I'm trying to look on the bench to see, if I see Russo walking around or cheering or whatnot, but I haven't been able to see her. I also don't have the greatest vision on this broadcast table, so she's most definitely in that dugout. I just can't see her.
I don't know if it's because of your eyes, because mine aren't great either, I'm going to be honest, but the view we have isn't great either.
Back to the top of the order, and it's Allison McLaughlin with unwritten, just like the future. The rest is still unwritten.
What has been written so far here this afternoon has been pretty good, though.
It's a short McLaughlin on her horse, but can't get there to first in time. It's a ground out to start off the bottom half of the 5th.
And credit to her, pretty routine ground out play there, but she made it a race.
Yeah, I was talking about some of the unfortunate stuff that's happened to the Hawks. Almost forgot that Reese Veloci, she got a foot to the face on the slide in a second. You reminded me about that one. That was also in the first inning. Kind of seemed like the Hawks were taking a couple punches in the first inning, but they didn't back down. They actually got up and kept on swinging. Veloci watches the first pitch go by. She's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk.
Yeah, I believe you very accurately described it as a scorpion kick.
Yeah, that's what we call the scorpion kick. Veloci skies this, but it's out of play foul. It's onto the baseball diamond, actually.
And she got behind that one. That ball went about a mile.
Yeah, it's kind of dipped the shoulder a little bit, got the head of the bat just a little low in the zone. Behind in the count, though, 0-2. She's going to watch that go by, 1-2.
It's a good take on the riser.
Del Rempel, here's the pitch. This is skied into left field. Looks like Rady has a read on it, and she makes the catch.
Now batting the right fielder, number 15, Riley Henry.
Riley DeVries 2 for 2 today.
Two
The
for
1
2.
run in the RBI.
Yeah, exactly. You hear Big X the plug, well, you know it's Riley DeVries coming back up for another at-bat. Like you said, 2 for 2, RBI, and she later on scored. Again, it got scary. It looked like she might have injured her shoulder, but she continued on playing, and it's a good thing she did because she's making an impact still. Head in the count here, 2-0. And one thing to note, she's removed the batting gloves. She's going just the bare hands on the bat. This is popped up and foul.
Yeah, a little bit of an old school touch there from DeVries.
That's just grit strength. That's what you got to do with it. You know, no. Sometimes you just got to take off the batting grip as well and just go just pure grip. 2-1 count though to DeVries. Swings through it. 2-2.
I think if I took off the grip to my bat, the bat would end up a lot further than the ball did. I think I'm golfing.
2-2 count. Del Rempel trying to get out of the inning. This is hit to first, taken on a hop, and that's going to be out number 3. The Hawks don't score here in the 5th, but they still do hold a 4-0 lead.
Humber is still up by 4. Score is Humber Hawks 4, Fanshawe Falcons 0. Catcher number 5, Kaylin Cook.
Kaylin Cook back up for her second at-bat of the day. She's 1 for 2, singled and grounded out. But for the offense of Fanshawe, it's been shut down by the pitching performance of Shade Hansen. Eight strikeouts on the day. And partner, mathematically, she won't be able to break the 19 in a game, but, you know, just another dominant performance.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of pitchers around the OCAA who can rack up 4 strikeouts in 5 innings. But we are watching one tonight, and it is a pleasure witnessing excellence, dominance
This is
out on the mound.
sky to right field, but DeVries is able to make the catch, so it's quick out number 1.
Now batting for Fanshawe, second baseman number 12, Ashlyn Witt.
Ashlyn Witt, 0 for 2 tonight. She's got a couple of Ks. Just going to wave at that first one. Henson looking extremely comfortable up on the mound here.
Yeah, so Hansen actually became the all-time Humber strikeout leader back on September 20th when she had 175 career strikeouts. Oh, 2. Big cut, strike 3.
With number 19, Shane Hansen. Woo!
Randy Hunter stepping up. She grounds it. Shade will take it, throw to first, is in time. And I mean, it was a 1-2-3 inning, but it felt like it lasted 5 minutes. Shade Hansen is in a zone, and she is just rocking and rolling it out on the mound right now. 9 strikeouts through 6.
And I'd like to apologize if my counting is wrong here, but I believe that was a 6-pitch inning.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was a fly out on the second pitch on the leadoff batter.
And then
It was a 3-pitch
wow.
strikeout, and then a first pitch out.
Hey, good math, partner. Good math. That's what we like to hear.
You know, we were doing the mic checks earlier today, and Zach really won up to me with his counting abilities.
Yeah,
It's good to get one back, guys.
I have the counting ability. You have the mental math ability. I never achieved that in school.
What was it? Distance, height times fence?
Sure. Sure. Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you what the actual measurement or
Telling me we don't have
equation or-
StatCast?
we don't
There's
have
no
StatCast.
StatCast at Connerville?
My StatCast is right behind me, and Mr. Brian Lepp,
The true eagle eye.
the true eagle eye. But again, it's been another sensational game for the Hawks. They are continuing just to put up a great effort. And, you know, talk about some good walk-up songs. We got the Red Hot Chili Peppers. River Johnston.
Number 16.
I actually got to talk to her a little bit about it, and I said, you picked a good song. And she was like, right? Who doesn't love the Red Hot Chili Peppers? And I said, that's a fair statement. That's a very, very fair statement. Johnston up for her second at-bat. She had a laser shot to second base that was just too hot to handle. Cashed in an RBI. She watched the first one go by for strike 1. She's big swinging there. She wanted to make contact with it again. That would have went a long way if she did.
Yeah, she's trying to send that ball deep with that swing there for sure. Just chasing on the pitch outside.
Gets a piece of it and it goes foul. On deck, Melissa Hahnfeld. Again, she entered in for the injured Amelia Russo. Counts 0-2. Del Rempel, here's the pitch. Ground ball hit right up the middle, over the head of Del Rempel. Off the hand of the second baseman, and that's going to be, I believe it'll get chalked down as an error, but also could just be an infield hit because Johnston, she was booking it down the line.
14, Melissa Hatfield.
I'm going to write that down as an error, or as a single. River Johnston, she gets her second hit of the day.
We're the home guys anyway, Zach.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure we can fudge those numbers.
Exactly. Melissa Hahnfeld. Again, she was the everyday starter at first base last year, has taken a little bit of a step back, but still has been a very big team player for this Humber Hawks squad. Filling in here and in a big role. Not chasing there.
It's a really nice take. 2-0.
Not chasing there again. So 3-0. Trying to just continue to go down the line here. Greer waiting on deck. In the dirt, and that's a 4-pitch walk.
Coming to bat, the second baser, number 11, Molly Greer.
Hey, Will, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing's going to be all right.
And I can tell you, Marley is certainly not worried about a thing right now. She might be 0 for 2 on the evening, but she has been sharp all night long.
Chases that, and it's out of play foul. And yeah, to your point there, I think she takes the song literally, you know? not a player to really kind of show a lot of emotion on the field. Just you know, very laid back, not worrying about a thing because she knows every little thing will be all right.
Absolutely. It's at the end of the day.
At the end of the day,
It's just softball.
exactly. Squares around a bunt here and puts down a beautiful bunt. Both runners will advance. So Greer, sack bunt.
And that's exactly where she wanted to place that.
Now batting the left fielder, number 12, Malia Farrow.
I'll bring up Malia Farrow, who hit her first career home run last time up. I mean, she got every stitch of the softball, and she has ducks on the pond here, trying to get some more RBIs on the board for the Hawks. Farrow coming into tonight, 7 RBIs, 13 hits. Now, well, that's 14 hits and 8 RBIs, trying to get up to double digits. 10 standing on second, 9 standing on third. 1-0 count. Watches that high, she's ahead 2-0.
Dalrymple really looking for a strike here. 6 balls in a row now.
In there for strike 1. Watch that by. She's ahead in the count here, 3-1. So now Dalrymple has to come right at her because Laurent, she's standing on deck. Doesn't want to have one out and bases loaded. Here's the 3-1. In there, strike 2, 3-2. Farrow, very patient at the plate. She's waiting for a very specific pitch.
And we'll see if she gets it here.
3-2. Dalrymple gets her pitch. Here's the delivery. Outside ball 4. Patience pays off. It's going to be bases loaded for Jessica Laurent.
And a really nice take there. That was one of those pitches that really could go either way, just on the edge of the zone. But the right decision made, and the bases loaded now with just 1 out.
It's going to be Laurent, the first-year backstop. And they will appeal and say she went around, so it's strike 1. Ground ball, but pulled foul. So Laurent behind in the count here, 0-2. As she's trying to extend the inning and get to Shea Hilpert. There's 1 for 2 on the day, and then the top of the order looming behind her. Low in the dirt. Foul tipped, staying alive.
Dalrymple trying to create that ground ball there. Maybe turn 2 to send him back on offense. Farrow just looking to put it in the air, score a runner.
That's missing high, evened up 2-2. Dirt again, so it's a full count once more.
Dalrymple at risk of walking in a run here. With the bases loaded, just the 1 out.
Big cut there, strike 3.
It's time to start clapping. Coming in to the field, number 3, Shea Hilpert.
Crowd coming to attention as Shea Hilpert comes comes up to the plate here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th.
She's first pitch swinging. It's listen for strike one, and you hear those horns, you know it's Shea Hilper coming up. Second pitch swung on, fouled off. So behind in the count 0-2 is Hilper, but we saw this happen last time. She was behind in the count 1-2, worked it back to full, and was able to kind of just have a really good at-bat. Ended up striking out, but she worked a fantastic at-bat. Trying to continue it here. Bases loaded for the Hawks, 2 outs, 0-2 count to the number 9 hitter, Hilper. Dalrymple, here's the pitch. In there, strike 3. And Dalrymple gets out of any major damage. The Hawks still lead it 4-0, but it could have been a lot worse for Fanshawe.
Yeah, an impressive end of the inning there from Dalrymple after walking a batter to load the bases. Bases loaded, just the 1 out, and she retires both batters back-to-back to end the inning scoreless. Hawks still leading 4-0.
Hawks have a good opportunity here to close it out. Just need 3 more outs, and I mean it'd be another complete game for Shade Hansen, who again, she is just having a really, really good season. Already 5 complete games on the year. This would be her 6th. Yeah, just looking at the numbers, coming into tonight, 69 strikeouts. She's now at, I believe it's 78 or 70.
78, yes sir. 9 strikeouts so far. See, now who's got the mental math rolling, eh?
I'm kind of working it right now, I won't lie to you. We're feeling pretty hot right now with the math. Career average of 11 strikeouts, almost 12 per game. That is a stat that is untold of. Even, you know, you only have a specific amount of outs to work with in a game. And for Hansen to be where she is right now.
I mean, averaging almost 12 strikeouts per 9 innings is unreal.
She has 21 outs to work with. And she's averaging a game almost 12. That is over half. Over 50% of the batters that Shade Hansen faces, she is striking out.
Just unbelievable numbers.
But that also just kind of shows you the dominance a couple seasons ago where Morgan Lowry of the Fanshawe Falcons, who struck out 19. That just shows that is a hard feat to do here in the OCAA. That's a record that might not be broken for a very long time. It's a tough record.
And you have to wonder whether it was done in 7 innings.
Or if there was extras
or
involved.
Whether there was extras,
we would have to definitely check the scorebooks and whatnot. But, I mean, just to kind of think that it was done in just 7 is just insane to even think about.
I mean, even if it went to extra innings, doing it in 9 is unbelievable as well.
That's a lined shot, and it's going to be out.
Another great play from Marley Greer.
Marley Greer, I mean, yeah, very just quiet player at second. Does her job and does it very well for the Humber Hawks.
You know, she's calm, she's collected, she's poised, she's not worrying about a thing.
You know, I thought at first she picked the song because of the name. Might just be because of the personality.
It certainly works more ways than one.
Exactly. That's in their first strike. And that's, folks at home, that is the screwball. And you can see how much movement that has out of the hand of Shade Hansen. It is a tough pitch to pick up if you're a hitter. She's ahead in the count, 0-2. And that's strikeout number 10.
Getting to double digits once again. Shade Hansen, unbelievable. And Zach, I'm going to change the subject really quickly here, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that there is a beautiful sunset going on behind us here.
Oh, wow.
One of the most vibrant sunsets I've seen maybe in months.
You are more aware than I am of it.
And look at that,
yeah,
folks.
Look at that sunset.
It might be a little washed out on your monitors here, but here it's deep pinks and oranges.
You ever watch The Lion King? That's the opening scene right there. Swung on and missed. Count goes 2-1 here.
And I'm just thinking about the circle of life now.
It's the circle of life. Two and two count here. Big cut. Oh, excuse me. Now it's a 2-2 count. Looked on the scoreboard and I was a little bit wrong. That's okay.
You know, we're kind of witnessing the circle of life here for Fanshawe. You get up to the plate, you swing, you go back to the dugout 3 pitches later.
And you see it right there. Strikeout number 11, complete game number 6. Shade Hansen, have yourself a game, have yourself a start to an OCAA career. Nothing short of spectacular. This is just the last couple strikeouts for Hansen, but my word, she has been sensational, and she's continuing that run here in this season.
And yeah, that last pitch was gross. You look at the lateral movement cutting inside.
Game 1, the final score of the game. Humber Hawks 4, Fanshawe Falcons 0. Humber Hawks win. Humber Hawks win.
So that will do it for game number 1. We do have a second game, and I believe Dwayne Bowles signaled over. It is at 8 o'clock, so that's when game number 2 will take place. But for now, we'll step aside, get a little bit refreshed. If you're at home, go get yourself some food, make yourself some dinner, and then tune right back in at 8 o'clock for game number 2 of the doubleheader between the Falcons and your Humber Hawks.